Titsaurus Rex.
Welcome back, everyone! And yet, still to this day, nothing will ever happen of one of Ben's terrible puns. But what we will continue on with is this game where shame will be reaped upon the party. Endless amounts of shame. So, get right to the point. So everybody meets up back at the inn where they are staying, and they are in the... Let's see, it's at this point probably mid-afternoon. And you seem to be a free day until tomorrow.
Rocket has been questioning everyone who walks into the inn. And when they walk in, he specifically goes, "How do I know you're you?" This could be a trick. We almost got tricked earlier.
You're announcing to everyone who enters that you were almost tricked earlier?
No. This is specifically to you guys since I recognize you.
Oh, I thought you were doing
just
this to
like
It's not like
everyone
lots
who
of people
walked
come
in.
through here. This is not like...
No,
This
it's
not
it's like if people walk in, I'm just, I'm kind of like moving in my seat to keep my eye on them. But then when you guys walk in, it's, how do I know you're you?
You died because you walked in front of the table.
I might just use minor illusion to make my voice happen on the other side of Sprocket. And a voice will just say, "You don't."
I'm assuming,
Anyways,
and I wasn't
because-
just saying that to troll you. I mean, legitimately, I'm assuming you don't actually tell people how you died. As such, being able to actually tell you as someone who was there would verify my identity.
Yeah.
So how did he die?
Or
I'm sorry.
your Sprocket, you used to be a gnome, works
Let me get
too.
in character.
Oh, did I-
Oh, sir, you died. Oh, how did this happen?
Don't worry about it.
It's a little joke we tell. Ha!
Yeah.
Funny.
Of
Short
course.
joke.
Dinner should be ready shortly. And, yes, so...
Conrad,
I
get
shall
kicked
prepare
under
that.
the table.
He
And now
takes
you have
that
to
one.
act.
Oh, I should write down. Let's see.
If
Now you have two
Keeper.
maxi legs. You can actually kick him.
if you missed that, Conrad said a short joke.
Yep, I chose to ignore it. I only laugh at humor that's...
He only
I
laughs
joke
at
on
long
that.
jokes.
So, they've all arrived at the inn. Sorry, I didn't need to interrupt.
In Pascal later.
If Sprocket legitimately does this, then I just want you to know that Pascal literally did what I said he was going to do.
That's fine.
And then we'll just proceed to act like you know it's him.
So, did you guys have any cheese weasels try to dump crap on you? Because we sure did.
You ran into that sorry lot as well, did you?
Do you know who they were?
As a matter of fact, I do. I have the most unfortunate privilege of knowing the family that sent that masochistic scum. It is the, oh yes. Let us sit. We have planning to do, or at least I do anyways.
Oh, I do.
Uh-oh. Okay, so, I mean, I
Go
will
on.
admit to being unamused by the morning's incidents, but you did kind of forewarn us that this was coming, and perhaps, yes, you should fill us in some more before we commit to any planning.
So Pascal will oblige and explain Yomaun that family. You can tell that Pascal has a seething hatred. She almost tried to arrest me. How shameful. For what is barely a crime. Honestly, the guy had plenty of money. Look, he didn't need all of it. But we'll tell you about how she is just very cruel. She is the mistress of this house is very cruel, very by the book, very for the nobility, and not for the people, not for the commoner. And that the servants are frequently abused and are basically there for money, which is why he calls them masochists. But I digress. Knowing that these are pranks, Pascal makes it clear he is interested in turning this prank around on a very cruel...
You said that she's cruel and she's not really one for the people?
Yes. He says this with maybe a subtle emphasis in Sprocket's general direction because, as you mentioned earlier, you are commonly for the people.
Out of character, yeah, that's my friggin' ideal. All right. Who's got ideas?
Well, so did you tell me about your encounter? Why don't you tell me about your encounter?
So I don't know what you guys had happen, but we had some guys that we kind of noticed following us. I sent Kinsig back to figure things out and listen to them. And they were talking about, we got to get those guys. So I silent imaged myself, continue walking. I disappeared into the crowd, crept up behind them, and then when they went and dumped a vial or threw a vial at my image. And it
You mean
splashed,
a vial? Oh wait, go ahead.
and it splashed and stained the guy like just in front of it.
You mean a vial like this? And he'll pull out his vial that he lifted.
Why, yes.
So it stained his skin, you
foul.
say?
Yes.
Yes.
His skin, his clothes, it was...
Blue.
I would also like to throw my hat in the ring here for things that might aid us.
Go on.
Now, I fear you did say this is a powerful family. Yeah.
Doesn't mean it can't be taken down a peg.
I might be able to do something about that. So, I have this spell that I've never used, but I know how to cast it.
Yeah.
Which Pascal might find use for. It's called Zone of Truth. Anyone in it cannot lie.
Mm-hmm.
We might be able to get her to implicate herself in some way.
Has she, as far as you know, Pascal, has she actually done anything illegal, or does she skirt the edge of the law?
She's a noble. I'm sure the law is with her in her mind. As far as actual legalities, I think it would be very difficult to prove any.
And you guys are worrying me along that line of reason. I don't think we need to be trying to kidnap powerful, wealthy nobles.
Let me make it clear, I don't wish to do anything to harm her. However, if she tried a prank on us, and we turn it on her, will it not bode well for the great tactical mind of our future landholder Sprocket?
Are we thinking like whoopee cushion on the throne kind of thing, or what?
No, I'm thinking at your coronation ceremony as she walks in, Kinsig or some magic hand or whatever means that you all might be able to devise among you, dumps that vial of liquid on her as she walks in the door.
Conrad, I thought you weren't interested in this sort of game. That's a brilliant
If we-
idea.
As long as we don't get caught.
This is
Please.
An honest man is a man who's never been caught, and I, my friend, am an honest man.
words from Roscoe ring back into your mind of Pascal. Of Conrad will do no such villainy, but he will be incapable of expressing a cunning plan when he thinks of a cunning plan.
Oh yeah, he did say that, didn't he? That's
He did.
Man,
Somebody
somebody had your number real hard.
Pascal will lift the vial with his mage hand. Leave that to me. And we'll tuck it back into his pocket.
What kind of things can I add to this funness? Silent image, hex,
Silent image to somehow a brief flash of light or some other cantrip to maybe distract attention
Yes.
while
Oh, that's
Uh,
minor illusion. Minor
well-
illusion
well-
could be a sound or a image.
yes, whilst
Yes.
Pascal gets the vial into place.
And then a little prestidigitation to suddenly make the vial not so sealed.
As far as what happened when I saw it, they literally just threw the whole vial. They didn't dump it.
Oh, indeed, but we don't want to something quite so obvious, right?
Ah.
Or
There
even
wasn't
place
so
it in her.
graceful. And what they did the fling the liquid out of the vial bit.
Oh, so they uncorked it and just
like
went like
unstopped
this and
it, and
whipped
then
it.
oh,
That's right.
So I'm looking at my spells for things that I may have that might be of use. I have some weird spells. So
oh god. I'm sorry, I just realized he's got the entire cleric spell list to work with.
yeah.
Do tell.
So
But before we start talking, Sprocket will go, we'll take our next round up in our room.
yeah, we better do that.
We should not be talking in public.
And he's carrying out a tray of, it's like a charcuterie tray. He says, shall I bring this up there for you?
No.
Uh,
We'll finish down here.
dinner is almost ready. Would you like to eat first and have?
We'll eat down here. We'll carry on this conversation later.
Excellent.
All right.
Sir.
Oh,
Shall I have a bottle of wine sent up for you all?
Perfect.
Excellent.
Nidna, don't let that stop you from telling us about your abilities. I think we can have that conversation safely.
so again, I'm looking at spells I've never used before. Create water. You create up to 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container. Alternatively, the water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube within range, extinguishing exposed flames in the area.
I could see some use for that, considering this probably isn't the only noble family that we will have coming after me.
I can blind or deafen someone. I don't know if that's useful.
Useful, maybe above the bar of just a simple prank?
Only lasts for a minute.
Oh.
I have calm emotions, which could be useful.
We might need that for, the conclusion of the ceremonies. I would keep that one on standby.
I can ready that. Of course, Zone of Truth, Silence,
Ooh, silence.
Bestow Curse, in case you're into that.
See, So far, Nina, I see you less as involved in the direct pranking and more of the He's very quiet about this, knowing that we're going to take this upstairs. I see you as being more of the crowd control. I think you're the keeper of order in this grand plan.
I think he also needs a standard.
Well, I have a tabard.
You have a yes, you have a tabard. You also need a standard.
What else do we need? Like, how do I noble?
You need to be grand.
Before you continue, I should tell you
we might need a horse.
That we might need a horse. Furthermore, I should tell you that when asked about your quality, I maybe overstated heavily. I just need you to represent what I've explained you as well when we're going in there. So as of this moment, you're an excellent conversationalist, a diplomat, and what was the other thing I said?
You could
not
be
important.
brought in- Oh, sorry, I thought you were finished.
So good luck to you. I've set the bar high.
I am an excellent conversationalist.
That's what scares me.
We could herald you in with angelic spirits if you want.
Oh, we could do that. We must not outdo the king. That would be bad. So we can only do that if he has like millions of angelic spirits singing his praise.
Well, I'm not talking about, using the, what do you call it? The temple stuff. I'm literally just talking about the spell Spirit Guardians. They'll also do a lot of damage to anyone who attacks us, so. How much do they do?
A lot.
3d8? Yeah, it's 3d8 per turn for 10 minutes.
Again, I just must insist that whatever we do to emphasize Sprocket's perception among the other nobles, that it not exceed that of the king.
Well, I mean,
irritate the guard.
I can. We also have to do this all under the assumption that there may be a giant anti-magic zone in that throne room. If that's the case, Kinsig can do the vial, but
Isn't Kinsig magical though?
she is a fae. She's a fairy. She doesn't use magic.
I think
I thought you meant she would go invisible.
No. She could just fly above people holding the vial and then pop. She can go invisible, if I recall correctly.
By the way, our advisors from the hero family, what I've been told is that they are loved by the people. It seemed very you, Sprocket.
Excellent.
At any rate.
So if I have to pick like rivals and allies, I think we've now picked my rivals and allies.
More or less. There may be an opportunity here for us to attempt to get into the castle a little early and scope the place out for our ability to conduct any of these measures.
We could also ask the advisor if there is any form of magic fields that might damage any of our magic items with a null magic effect, that maybe we should be concerned about leaving some of our fine magic items behind, such as my boots and winterlands.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good
that
point.
I might wear otherwise, but perhaps would not want to be ruined.
Oh, and one
They
more
could
thing.
advise us thus.
I'm sorry, I thought you were done. My apologies. I'm reading things at the same time. Again, I'm sorry.
I agree that we should ask. However, let us vet these folks out first. They seem as though they may be the most aligned with our own ideals, but we don't know this for a fact. I've only ever heard of their name.
I just wanted to mention that if you were going to do some sneaking around, the spell silence doesn't actually stop people from casting spells. It creates a 20-foot radius sphere in which there is no sound whatsoever.
Does it follow
Excellent.
characters if it's cast on a person? Or is it a fixed area? Just so I know how to request use of that if I ever need it.
I think it's a fixed
Centered on
area.
any point you choose within range.
Can a point be a human that walks
stays in
around?
place.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, you can't move it.
I could make you silence for 10 minutes.
It's a 20-foot radius?
20-foot radius sphere.
It's big.
It's a 40-foot room.
Oh. Noted. I may well make use of that, if it comes to it.
It is a concentration spell, so I can stop it at any time. Anyway, just be sure to tell me which spells you want me to prepare.
Oh, we will discuss it.
Yeah. I figure we can also use things like minor illusion to give the sound of not quite triumphant trumpets, but I don't know, pitiful trumpets.
Hey, this might seem silly.
I'm all ears.
Sprocket, you have a detect magic spell, do you not?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Is it worth doing in this inn just to make sure we're not being eavesdropped upon?
Sprocket will cast detect magic.
Maybe we should do that when we get up to our rooms.
We could do that.
It does last for 10 minutes. So towards the end of dinner, I will cast it as a ritual, actually, and so as to not expend a bard spell slot. And check around down in the bottom, and then also up the stairs and in our rooms.
Excellent. So. Dinner comes out. Roasted sausage and dried peas with tankards of ale. Aside as the first round, and baked veal with saffron as onions as the second course. Finished off with baked dragon pie.
When he brings that stuff back out, I will ask him, "My good sir, how much do we owe you for this? Since we are paying as we go."
He says, let's see. Well, dinner for this evening for 4 people will come to, let's see, 1, 3, it will come to 1.5 gold, so a gold and 5 silver.
And then how much is it stay for the rest of the week? Since I think
The
this is
rest
our
of the
last
week.
night.
Currently, yes.
Don't
And
forget, we have to
he
spend time-
definitely knows how much that is, and the GM has definitely not forgotten. The GM has actually totally forgotten.
Remind Sprocket that you'll be staying in the palace.
I will.
Yes.
Okay, so
Excellent. Yeah,
All right.
just to clarify, it's just to make sure that falls right. Tomorrow, your advisor will arrive. Then there will be 2 days, and that will be the first of 3 days of advisement. Then on the 4th day, he will escort you to the palace, where there will be an evening, effectively the notable version of a meet and greet, a small banquet and ball, and then the day of the ceremonies and an evening reception. The last 2 days, you will be expected to stay at the palace. You'll at least be allowed.
So, and on that 5th day, one of it, the day of the ceremony, then one of us will have to go pick up his formal attire.
Yes.
Okay.
And Sprocket will have put down 2 gold on the table for the
Sorry.
or handed the man
Thank
2
you,
gold.
sir. And 5 more days will be money.
An amount.
Yeah. Hold on.
Pascal pulls out money.
Bunzer Jazz pulls out.
It will be blue pieces of gold.
I was going to pay. I have party funds on me right now.
Did someone say party funds?
Party on, Gareth.
Party on, Sprocket.
Searched this before, and I'm not sure.
Let's see. So, what else? You know who would be very, very useful for helping with these pranks? Who's not around? Whistle Tits.
Yeah.
Sigh, if only we had Whistle Tits.
He would be so grumpy about it, but oh helpful.
Alright.
I mean, come on, a web spell? A sleep spell?
I think that would probably be frowned upon in the king's court.
I'm talking about-
Oh wait.
It wears off. I figure we probably don't want
Let's see. It is 2 gold a night, so it's going to be. Yes. I finally found this.
8 gold.
Yes.
Okay. I will
If it's-
go ahead and pay it.
If it's any consolation, I too have
Well,
sleep,
8 gold per night.
as well as
You-
disguise self, prestidigitation, minor illusion, and mage hand.
You have sleep?
Yes.
Oh. Arcane tricksters, everyone.
Don't worry, I'm just a rogue. It's fine.
Well, I mentioned I love Pascal so far.
Yes. We all love Gimbal. Let no one say we didn't love Gimbal. But Pascal is immediately working for you.
If I recall
Indeed.
correctly, I pulled out 70 extra gold, not 700 extra gold. I think D&D Beyond just multiplied my gold by 10.
Nope. We just happened to get that much more gold. It was a gift from Master Grimetooth.
Yeah, I
Right.
think it was only 70. I will go ahead and, because we had bought, I think I grabbed like 100 some odd. I should check this. Also, if I didn't put this in the bag of holding, which I don't think I did, I'm dumb.
Why do you raise your spell save DC?
How?
Yeah.
Either your spell stat going up, or your proficiency bonus going up. Wait, no, I think we did get 700 gold.
Yes, we did,
wouldn't
because
be
it was going to be
surprised.
600 some odd for the clothing.
Oh yeah, it was 650 or something.
That's right, and we haven't paid yet. All right, never mind. I could have sworn I saw 70 gold, not 700 gold, so. And I think I have actually some. Yeah, because I remember doing the math. All right.
I have 41 gold on me.
I should probably just remind everyone of this since we're planning terrible secret things. My character's flaw is I can't keep a secret to save my life or anyone else's.
Fuck.
I also have an
I'm sorry, does it specifically use the words "my life" or anyone else's?
Yep. I also have an ancient text that holds terrible secrets that must not fall into the wrong hands.
Yeah, he told us about that last night.
Don't worry, I actually know what's in that one.
I'm
I'm
thinking
waiting
was
for
supposed to
somebody
tell
to
us,
figure
too.
that out.
I've been thinking about reading it because why not?
So. All right, so at the end of dinner, I cast detect magic. I ritually cast detect magic. I kind of scarfed down my dinner so that I could spend 10 minutes to ritually cast detect magic, and do so and kind of scope around down here and on our way back up and in all of our rooms.
You find no major magics. You do find some small ones, mostly on lighting fixtures. There are several pieces that have some abjuration, like very low level abjuration magic on them, but nothing major. If you're worrying about spying, there's no divination on anything.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah,
Alright.
see, I may play Dungeons and Dragons with you guys every week, but I still don't know a goddamn thing what those magics mean.
I literally just had to search what abjuration does. Divination is like scrying spells, so that would be like watching or listening in. Abjuration is blocks, banishes, or protects. So,
Thank you.
yes, I also had to search
Abjuration
that.
is one of the odd one outs. Has a high tendency to be more clerical and divine
Yes,
in nature.
like my warding bond skill. Or spell.
Yes.
Which we
That's
might
okay.
need if someone tries to kill you.
I often wanted to play a wizard, so I know them too well. It's
Coincidentally,
just one of those things. What's up?
coincidentally, Sprockets, our rooms aren't cleaned by illusion magic, are they?
Do I see just an illusion floating over the rooms?
No, that would be great. Like,
we're
I'm going to be perfectly honest. I could see Pascal having done that as a youth, like gotten a job instead of actually doing it, casting like minor image of him having done things.
That's hilarious.
All right. Anything else you're looking for? There's nothing major. Like most of the things seem to be abjuration. A lot of them around the locks, latches. There's some around the entire fireplace.
Okay. All right, that's fine. That's just light magic.
Shall we continue?
Yeah. let's go upstairs with our bottle of wine.
Give me
And
yeah, if you're going to look around the rooms upstairs, could you also give me a... Let me think.
Insight.
Give me a wisdom check. Give me a wisdom check. Give me an insight.
is it
Use
insight?
Inside.
Yeah.
Insight is intelligence, not wisdom.
No, insight is wisdom.
Insight is definitely wisdom.
Oh, is it a wisdom or an insight check? Because that matters to me.
Well, insight.
Okay. Then it is a 13.
18.
This is all of us rolling.
Oh,
Oh, it's only Sprocket.
Okay.
13.
All right,
I
so
always
like
wanted to
all
get
of the windows and most windows and doors have abjuration and some other things on them. You specifically note that Pascal's room, the window does not have an abjuration spell on it.
Pascal,
Yes.
you know about this?
Know about what?
So, I don't know what spell it is, but there is something in the vein of abjuration along all of the windows. Except for yours.
I know you're probably not going to believe me when I say this, and I'm not entirely sure I blame you. But no, I don't know why that is.
I don't believe you.
Perhaps
Strangely,
someone
I do.
intends... Oh? Do tell.
Wait. Could somebody else have dispelled magic on whatever it is to maybe try to sneak in through your window?
Uh-huh.
That seems likely.
And you would be a good person to go after, as you're acting sort of as the second in command here.
You also have a record. A theoretical record. I know you've never actually gotten in trouble, but you've
If I may,
You may.
it might be a simple thing to just apply abjuration magic, but I really would wish to know who is attempting to sneak into my room. I would like to hide and see who approaches. Perhaps we can learn something beneficial.
Would you like me to stand outside?
I don't think that will be necessary. I am very hard at being detected. Although a means by which to
I'm
let you guys
extremely
know.
stealthy.
Yes, and I would be thrilled for you to accompany me in this endeavor, Conrad. A means by which to notify the other two would be beneficial, I believe.
Do we want to sleep two to a room tonight?
That probably wouldn't be unreasonable, and if Nidna were with you, Sprocket, that would make me feel better.
As a note, I will be casting mage armor on myself specifically just before I go to bed.
Warden
But,
right for an hour.
That said, it might behoove us to at least make it appear as though there aren't two to a room.
So go into the other rooms and do the bunched up sheets under the comforter under the
Oh, yeah.
kind of thing.
Yep.
And then what? Sneak
Alright.
around through the window.
Can you reverse pick a lock? Like
Yes.
lock a
You
oh wait,
pick
we
a
have
lock,
Yeah.
but you pick it closed.
screw it. We have a key. Fuck it. Sprocket asks this as he's holding on to the key to the room. Can you reverse pick a lock and like lock it instead?
Or you could lock it with the key.
Oh,
The key, the best lock picking tool of all.
all right. So that's those rooms. We don't have any sort of. I suppose Kinsig could sit in one of the empty rooms.
Or Kinsid could sit in Pascal's room with us and let you know when
There's
something
that.
goes down.
Is
Or let us know if vice versa, if something goes down in your room.
if I may ask, unspoken. How is that? How is that used?
I
Is
believe
that still
that's
a verbal
line of
language?
sight.
Okay.
No, it's not verbal, but I believe it, and it's not really like sign language, but it's still line of sight, I think.
Yeah.
Keeper, I mean, we don't know. It's a
keeper language.
Yeah. So unspoken is basically like a sort of form of psionics and telepathy.
Cool.
Would they be able
It
to
does
communicate?
require line of sight.
Okay.
It's mostly like a hearing range. It acts like language in all sense except, I believe it actually replaced. I don't remember which language it replaced. It might have replaced Undercommon, to be honest, though. I would have to like look at my notes way back to remember which one that is. But yeah, unspoken is, and that's normally impossible for someone to speak in it. Normally.
And yet we have 2 people who speak it.
Yep. Now there can be people who can understand it. Because the thing is that unspoken is not directed into a single mind. It's like a broadcast thought. But like think like speaking out loud. This is thinking out loud psychically.
Oh.
Yeah, so you don't have to be so sensitive as to be telepathic and be able to read someone's mind, but you have to be sensitive enough to hear it.
Might we? We could certainly use. How long can you be in that state where you're with? I'm sorry. What's your familiar's name again?
Kinsig.
Kinsig. Yes.
Because while she's within 100 feet of me, I can communicate with her telepathically. So the fact that she's a room over means she can absolutely, say in my head, "Hey, boss, we got trouble."
Oh, okay, fantastic. And
I
then she can tell us too. So yeah, that works.
Yes, she is intelligent enough to speak.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Seems like
Isn't
a good
she
plan.
sassy?
Oh, she's very sassy.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
I
Sassy
thought
General.
that was like steam or mist or something. Turns out it was cattail fuzz.
It was cat.
I'm like, but Keeper has never. Oh, it's cat.
Keeper is never what?
Smoke, because it looks kind of like when Siege exhales and smoke, but it was like down at the bottom of the frame, and I'm like, oh wait, it's cattail fuzz. Or I thought like Jess brought you something with dry ice or some shit.
We would never stoop to such special effects tonight.
Yeah, you would. Tonight. So,
Maybe it's sometime.
do we have any other planning? Or secret
Just for
fluffy
this scene,
invasion?
Aw.
Yes, the planning consists of watching the cat. Damn it,
Aw.
cat. Why are you cat? Look at that bed.
Like, you have a cat bed next to your computer.
He's
It's
had
the
that there
only way
for
to
ages.
contain her. It's literally the only way to keep her out of my hair is to give her a spot that I'm like, lay down.
So,
Sorry.
have we discussed what we're pretty much going to do? I know we have a couple days before we
Yes. My only question is which spells you want me to ready. Do you want to go? By default, I have Spirit Guardians always ready since it's
Perfect.
Well,
spell.
right, but let's talk with this noble advisor And well, we can actually really simply ask about the details of how we can, make our arrival as impressive as possible, and can we use magic to that effect? Or is there something that will prevent it or get us in trouble if we do? That'll answer a lot of our spell preparation questions right there.
Yeah.
All right,
Uh,
I'll wait till
and
then.
I definitely do think you need to settle on a design for a standard, and we need to acquire one. Actually, I think I can bear the standard.
All right.
Because
Wait.
Nidna in his shiny plate and tabard is enough of a symbol of its own. Give me something to do, especially since I guess I'm technically going to be the general of this outfit.
Mm.
Would appear as such.
Dragons forbid.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, so yeah, let's convene for the night.
And yes, we'll see what happens here.
It will especially work well because if I recall, you do not have to sleep, Conrad. You can go into a bit of a meditative state.
That's correct. I need only 4 hours of rest a night in which I meditate.
Excellent.
Now, we may have to confirm this with Keeper. I don't know if my meditative state when I'm doing that is any lighter technically than a normal person's sleep or anything. I think it just means that I only need
You are, if I
less
remember
rest.
the description, you are aware of your surroundings.
Right. Okay.
I don't think you would count as being on watch per se, though.
Bear
Like I
in
would
mind
say, if
that
anything required a perception check, you would automatically fail at it.
But can he enter this state whenever he wants?
Yeah, but it only counts for anything useful if he's in it for 4 hours.
Yeah, exactly. But he could enter it now and then be fully awake for the rest of the night.
Right.
Yes.
Equivalent
could
of
do
going to
that.
bed early, yes.
That's a lot more
So-
convenient than sleeping when you get tired.
Indeed. So presuming it's not but 8 o'clock at night or something, I could go ahead and do that and be fully awake and aware by midnight.
I think that might be prudent, as the rest of us will be somewhat tired by then. It'd be good to have
Yes.
someone who is sharp.
Mm.
All right. Well,
that seems reasonable.
that'll work for me.
And while you're doing that, I'll of course keep watch.
You know, after watching our stream for a while, I'm not the stream, but watching our Discord, I've noticed I really suck at sitting still.
Are you kidding me? Especially with how zoomed in I am. I move from the right side of my frame to the left side of my frame to the middle to like.
I've been sitting here rocking back and forth for the past like 2.5 hours.
I also do this a lot, so I wouldn't worry about it.
All right.
That being said, Jazz, Siege, and Keeper all sit fairly still, so it's just you and I who are the friggin' weird ones.
I rock back.
It's almost half of us. That's good.
Hey, some of us are boring and still, and the other ones keep the screensavers from being necessary.
All right, so well, good night. We'll convene in the morning when my representative from what did you say the family name was?
The Hero family.
Heiro.
I believe Hiro is the spelling. I would assume we seem to be in this city seems to be of Asian influence.
I was
Hey,
hoping
yes.
that
Out
they
of
would-
character, of course. Pascal
I was
does not
hoping.
say that.
hoping they were just literal heroes and then like slayed dragons and shit. Like, oh yeah, awesome.
That's who they
We
are.
made the right choice for our allies. They're awesome.
What kind of allies do you have? The awesome kind.
Fitting, isn't it? Yeah. That sounds like the kind of choice Sprocket would make.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then. So you are going to sleep for the night. You're doubling up in rooms. Whose rooms are you moving into? Are you moving your things as well, or just sleeping?
I think probably. I don't know. Anybody else have any?
Well, I'm not changing anything. I'm going to be in my own room because I believe that's where the infiltration will happen.
I am, of course, taking off my plate mail. However, may I keep my hauberk on?
Mm.
And what armor would that count as? Haubergian.
Let's see. A shirt of mail. I gotta be honest, that's probably going to be like chainmail. I'm not sure you could really sleep in that without detrimental effects.
Oh, that's a shame.
First,
Oh well, I tried.
because the thing is that, like, yeah, if it was just a shirt of chain, but have you ever tried putting that on your bare skin? I mean, you're clearly wearing to wear that.
Stay in my clothes.
You have to wear the whole under armor bits that go with it.
I'm interpreting this as a situation where we might enter combat, which is why I would sleep in such a situation rather than actually.
Yeah. Pardon. Yeah, that would just break down to being like chainmail at that point. It's still going to be a heavy armor and have most of the same detriments. Now you could wear like keep on the under padding and the undercoat, which is really just linen armor, which is going to count as padded armor.
Hey,
Okay,
that'll work.
I can do that.
It'll be warm. You probably will skip the blankets, but
And Conrad has always had a pronounced tendency to keep pretty much everything together in his pack, and he'd have just been wearing that when he went into Pascal's room anyway.
Oh yes, and to answer Keeper's question, I would probably prefer that we stay in my room with my plate mail.
Rather than my room?
Yes.
Okay, I'm fine with that. So we'll make we will have made the sprocket sized lump in the bed and
It's probably also easier to fake you than try to fake my horns.
you're not wrong.
all right.
Still haven't decided what
Then
my
give me a
electoral
deception
is.
roll for those.
A deception roll?
Yes. And Jazz is going to stay in his room. Are you hiding? Is Pascal
I
hiding?
I think Conrad is, and I am going to stay aware. Basically, at least while Conrad is meditating, I will rely on him to.
All right.
Actually,
That's 26 for deception.
Got it. Convincingly padded out bed.
You know what? I will actually hide. I will, or at least I won't sleep in my bed. Maybe I will move behind it. Maybe I can. Would it be possible for me to like sleep on the floor on the opposite side of the bed, away from the window, and then create a sort of dummy of myself in the bed?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, that's
I assume Pascal's a master of all ninjutsu.
And I will, once I wake up, use Mask of the Wild, which allows me to hide when lightly obscured.
And Kinzig's just literally invisible.
Got it. It's a well-guarded room. All right, well, in that case, if nothing else is going to happen before you sleep, and you don't want to do anything else, the night passes uneventfully.
Long
You don't
rest.
sleep so comfortably as you did the right night before, but everybody gets a full night's rest.
Fair enough. Conrad whiles away the time. After the sun rises, waiting for Pascal to get up by doodling designs for fortresses and temples and etc.
All right.
Well, the assailants are either intending on coming another night, or they've already been here.
Well, I didn't notice any. Well, I guess we're not together yet.
Can I investigate the room? Why?
You may. Give me your D20 roll.
Why suddenly dramatic music? This is concerning. Let's see. That would be an 16. A 16.
All right. Then that was with all your bonuses and such, right? Okay. You investigate around and you find you investigate through the room. You investigate the window itself, and you do find some where the window looks like it's been pried on a bit.
Yeah.
You recognize the tooling of someone who's using basically a thin metal shim to work the latch from the outside to open the door, or open it from the outside. You also find a bit of dirt and dust from a boot larger than yours on the floor. It's an odd shape. There's no sole to it. Maybe a cloth shoe of some form. And you investigate through your room and find what was it? Let's see. You find in your room. You actually go through like where you've put away some of your clothes in some of the drawers. You have your old backpack, the pack you travel with, and things like that. And you start searching through pockets and things like that to see if anything's missing, and you find something extra. You find a small wooden box.
What did Roscoe send me this time?
I'll need to find it. It's brightly colored. On all sides, there's laminate work across it in the shapes of geometric flowers and suns. Let me see if I can find the image quick.
Where are you about to put this?
I think we should perhaps take this outside.
Well, if it had been magical, I would have seen. If this had been magical and it was there when I checked, I would have seen it glow from the chest.
Yeah, I will of course ask you if you'd noticed anything from the chest.
I will. The box is in a small, almost velvet bag. That the bag itself feels oddly heavy, like it's a velvet material, but it's kind of heavy.
This is what's in the box?
No. The box was actually wrapped in a small, like a velvet bag. The box is maybe about, hand size. Like it could fit across your open hand and a couple inches high. But no obvious openings. No, it feels hollow. You can hear something sliding back and forth inside. But there's no opening, and no lid, and no hinges. And you can't see any seams.
I would like to.
Our advisor.
Well, before I show this to anyone, because I don't know that it's even related, I would like to investigate this box a little bit for, buttons or some kind of mechanical implementation that might seem like it would open it.
Give me an investigation check.
Oof, that's a 10.
It does look like it shifts. Like it feels not like you can shift the faces a bit, and something moves just slightly, but just slightly. But you can't puzzle it out. And the worst part is, I can't wait to mail one of these to Jazz. I'm going to need your home address after this, Jazz.
God damn it.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'm not going to force it open. This could potentially end disastrously.
If you bring it to me, I will once again ritually cast Detect Magic and look at it.
Yeah, go ahead and detect magic on that if you would, and I will bring it to you and say, explain the situation. Hey, I found this inside a velvet bag in my room. Unfortunately, it appears whoever pried through my window has already been here.
Yeah.
So,
ritually cast Detect Magic.
Let's you detect this very strong abjuration magic.
A detect abjuration, very strong. Huh.
Yes, it's
Put it back in the
practically a
bag.
blinding light.
Yeah,
back in
if
the
I
bag.
put it back in the bag, do I still detect the magic?
The bag acts like a shade to the light that you see.
Oh.
Fascinating. This may come in
Keep
handy for events later this week. Should there be any form of security. What a gift. Coincidentally, Roscoe sometimes sends me mechanisms of at least a semi-similar nature. Does this look like something? Do the suns and flowers mean anything to you? Is this something he might have sent? I'm at a bit of a loss here. Usually it's a little less impossible to figure out. Or at least there's usually more signs that he may have been involved. Coincidentally, that wooden carving that I have, it hasn't done anything since I've seen this box, has it? Not that I think he would know that I was looking
that
at
has
it.
not been.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it in the bag for now. Probably shouldn't go around walking. Probably shouldn't go walking around with this bright light. Do we have any ability to dispel this kind of magic?
I do have Dispel Magic,
Oh.
but I would have to ready it instead of Spirit Guardians. Since we're not doing the thing, I can do that.
That, shall we attempt?
I think we've got a little time. This was meant to go unnoticed, I think.
Let me read up
We
on
might
Dispel
want to
Magic.
know what this is.
I agree, but I'm a little hesitant to just go showing it around. It would have to be someone we can absolutely trust. I don't suppose in your travels in this area you've come across a purveyor of such things that... thank you for the picture. I'll toss it up in the stream for a minute. I don't suppose you're aware of anyone who would know anything about this that you can trust.
Were you asking me?
I was asking basically the party.
Magic items? The only one person I know of is Seedy, and he's not here.
Fair enough.
Should we go try to find after we meet with our representative, should we go try to find a magic item shop here and maybe we can have them look at it?
I suppose, but let's be very careful about how we have this conversation.
I agree.
Well, and Sprocket, have you checked it out thoroughly?
It reeks of abjuration magic when it's outside of the bag, but that's all I can get.
Can you try and open it?
Can I attempt to open it? As a note, I'm pretty sure upstairs we have a box that looks shockingly like that one.
You do? You could try.
All right, yeah. What can I do
Give
to
me
try?
an investigation.
Investigation.
While you're rolling that, I'm looking through my spells, and I have to point out that in the meld into stone description, the stone's complete destruction or transmutation into a different substance expels you and deals 50 bludgeoning damage to you.
Holy shit. That's a 21 investigation.
All right. You begin tinkering with it and pushing things, and your knowledge of the mechanical expertise gives you insight into this, and you manage to find a panel that slides and frees another, and then you begin shifting it around like a large, almost like a three-dimensional slider puzzle, where one section unslides, that allows another section to unslide, and you begin just slowly popping these out until you hit a point, and you can't find anywhere else to slide anything open. There are about there are about 8 pieces you have moved to get this far.
Well, good attempt anyways. Better than mine.
Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have cast guidance on that. Whoops.
I mean, it was a pretty friggin' high roll anyways, but...
It's a very
I am
hard
afraid to break it.
Well, this is all I've got. I guess we should probably chuck it back in the bag.
Well, like I said, I can always dispel it, but I kind of feel like that might be ruining it.
I think we maybe should get it investigated first before we attempt any sort of dispelling of magic on it. It could all be a trap to break whatever's inside if it's not solved correctly.
Yeah.
Right. And worst come to worst, we could say deposit it in the bank.
Absolutely. All right.
Fair enough. Well, we'll put it,
All right.
I guess, back in the bag and
Go to meet our advisor.
I thought he was coming to us.
Oh, that's right. He's actually sending a messenger. He or she, I'm not exactly sure. Someone should be meeting us at the inn with further instructions.
As he speaks from downstairs, you say, Sirs, there is a visitor here for you.
Well?
for you, Sprocket.
Yeah, I'm in my normal robes. I'm not in anything crazy.
Okay.
Or my normal
And
clothing, I guess it is. Well, wait, should I be in my crazy robes?
No.
That's
No.
not necessary.
Well, he's got
Those
his
aren't made yet anyway.
day-to-day fine clothing. like
Right.
Monos.
Right. Yeah, the good formal wear is not done. So maybe you should put on your
All right, yeah, I'll wear my day-to-day formal kimono.
Finery,
then.
but not your wedding dress.
Right.
All right.
I will.
As you walk downstairs and you walk
No,
around. and you
wait,
look
wait,
down-
wait, wait, wait. I will have somebody go downstairs and announce me before I walk down the stairs.
Fair enough. Who's the someone?
Busy putting my plate on, not me.
Actually,
I
not it.
look between Conrad and Pascal. Who's going to announce me?
Not it.
Pascal, would you like to announce me? I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Pascal, would you please announce me?
I'm surprised you said please.
I'll do something anyways. And he trudges off downstairs.
Kinzig
As
will
he-
follow him
He
invisibly.
begins to look as you arrive downstairs. You see a gentleman standing in the middle of the room, a very old elf. He has bleach white hair, a long, very thin goatee that stretches down from his chin. It's wispy and very light, and a mustache which grows off the side of his face and joins with his beard. He has his hair pinned up and rolled. It is apparently long, but has been pinned and rolled up here and kept and knotted tight. And he wears a long green robe, which he holds his hands in the side of the sleeves, and he looks up to you with grace and indifference as he glances in your direction and then continues to look forward at the fire.
I will wave Sprocket down. Hopefully he was an eye shot
Yeah,
of me.
I'm at the top of the stairs.
Because I'm just gonna have you follow me, and he'll approach and say, "Sir, You must be a representative of the hero family. May I represent Sprocket?" Or may
I
I?
feel like
I'm sorry, not may I represent Sprocket. May I present Sprocket?
I feel like you're introducing Bono. Good lord. And
Yeah,
I
and-
walk down the stairs.
And you see this man, he says, "Good morning." Oh, goodness. Pardon me. That's the GM saying this, not the. Good morning. I am of the hero family. I am Yaton. It is a pleasure to be your advisor. I have come myself. I do not like to send servants to do my idle work, and we have much to accomplish. I am
Wait,
pleased that you have requested the aid of a scholar such as myself in your advisement.
Is this the namesake of the hero clan? As
It
far as I
do.
know?
It do.
Give me a history check.
Oh. Me? Oh.
Yes. And what was
Okay.
that, Jez?
Oh, nothing. Carry on.
8.
You have no idea. You don't know of this family specifically?
Okay.
So you know nothing of their history.
So Sprocket will walk down the stairs, get to the bottom of the stairs, see him, and just go, "Hello."
Greetings. I see we have our work cut out for us, but I was warned that you'd been transformed into a tabaxi. Let us pray this is not a permanent development for your life's sakes. May long your lineage last. Now, I have also been informed from my associates that you have already begun work on acquiring ceremonial garb. I approve of where you are retrieving this. Your The choice in stylings reflects your advisement thus far, but I can work with it. I have made certain modifications, which includes the request of specific crests to your family that will be dyed upon your clothing for the future. It makes perfect sense that you should need something in the meantime until then. So I find your attire suitable for further lessons. Now, and he moves a single one of the game pieces. He looks down and he moves one of them that's just been sit out. He says, "And now, I hope that you'll be pleased. I'm afraid I have arrived quite early. I have long ago learned to rise with the sun. Others sometimes find this disconcerting. If you're in need of sustenance and breaking your fast, please feel free, and I shall ready myself and be of advisement. I wish to observe you for some time to see what you know and do not know. Consider yourself to be effectively at court."
Well, I've already had to deal with an attempt at I don't even know what you describe them as, prank on a new noble by the Yomeon clan. So
Disgraces.
they're on my shit list.
Yes. Uncouth turn of phrase, however, an uncouth practice, I will forgive it. Did you say you already know their name?
Yeah. We
Let's slip
turned it
Ooh,
back on
yes.
them.
Perhaps you are more ready for this than I expected. Your manners are earthy, but I appreciate those who are quick to pick up on
Pascal.
how life works.
Pascal
Well,
chuckles at Earthy.
Upon saying
I'm
earthy,
sorry.
well, I did used to be very close to the earth. Now I'm not. Now I'm tall.
What have I said to this keeper? Keeper of records.
Bold-faced lie.
And give me a straight charisma check from Sprocket.
Straight charisma. All right.
Yes.
Not saving throw, just check, right?
Yes. God, no, not saving throw.
Whoa. 11.
All right. He goes, well, anyways. Now, if you'll pardon, I would like to watch you dine, act as you naturally would from here on out for the rest of your stay, knowing that you are being judged by your peers at this point, and will be for the rest of your life.
Is Conrad down here at all?
Yes, Conrad would have followed y'all down.
You hear in your head in unspoken, the hell did you sign me up for?
To which Conrad will reply, I don't know about you, some years of misery for me, but better you than me.
As you hear the hell you signed me up for in unspoken from Sprocket, you see an
he
expression
begins
on
to
Pascal's
unpack-
face that looks like it would read, the hell did you sign him up for?
So, as you're readying and breakfast is presented before you, he sits by the other table and is pondering and reaches down and moves one more game piece and begins setting up on a small table a calligraphy brush and set with some inks, several colored sticks of wax, and a ream of parchment he's brought with him. And that's a good place as we're going to get, I think, to end because next time Sprocket gets to make his family crest. Well, not his
Ooh.
family, his crest. And you better believe I looked up what crests mean, and I have a big list of things.
Oh. Oh boy.
Yeah, so, well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was
Is
good.
anybody else amused that they picked the scholar faction for their advisors?
Shocker. Well, to be fair, if they're the most loved by the people, that would be the one that Sprocket would pick, so.
It's specifically the hero family, and you don't know why.
Right.
But you know they're generally liked. Ah,
Just remember, King Sprocket.
Kings. I probably shouldn't say that out loud. With
Pascal smacks Ninda in the back of the head. Stop it. Not the time. Don't encourage him.
Meanwhile, while all this is happening, Conrad notes that he's sat down and the man appears to be practicing brush calligraphy.
Noted.
All right. So, that was fun. Oh boy, yeah, it takes a lot to me to be like, you guys are just going to play, and I gotta sit here and not help because you do it really well. But I gotta be like, just let them play. Yep, it.
I realize I should have
Yeah,
probably investigated that room first, but oh well. I did eventually.
Yeah.
When you finally did, I was like, oh, thank God.
In hindsight, I don't know why I did that in that order. I should have figured someone was there first. My brain just wasn't functioning that way at the time.
No, I don't think it's unreasonable.
no,
Because you're
like,
oh, this is down. Somebody's planning to break in. Like
right. Somebody spent last night breaking the enchantment or the abjuration magic on it, which I
Or
don't know for
Today
a
while
fact.
we were away.
Yeah.
Right. There's a couple of, well, abjuration has a couple of spells that absolutely, like, alarm is one of them and that kind of stuff. And I think it was like, I can't even remember what it is, but it doesn't matter because I don't know what it is. That being said, I have no clue what's on that box.
It should be said at this point of the night that there is no game next week. There's a one shot next. I'm sorry, there is a game next week, but it's a one shot, not the Revengineers.
Yes, and it will not be with these characters, but it will be with some other characters. And let's put it this way: somebody's going to get to play with a Chronomancer if they can find and sit down with me in enough time.
I am pretty much free every night but Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay. Maybe a little bit of time on Saturday will be spent then.
I can do that.
As we hammer out the couple of details about how Chronomancers might work.
He'd also be a time traveling chronomancer. No.
Sorry, Rices. I mean, we'll let you go. But the honest answer is the other reason we're not going to be playing is because Jazz, it's Labor Day weekend next weekend. Actually, and like we said, I'm going to do a marathon stream on Saturday. Ooh,
Yep.
Gonna get some help from the Jazz.
I will be involved in the marathon stream, but it's unfortunately that no Revengineers is kind of my fault because I'm not going to be around.
Yeah, but that's
Sunday,
okay
so.
because if I did a marathon stream, I'm probably going to need something a little easier.
And I will probably be about ish. I might be able to take part depending on what you're playing, but yeah, we'll
Right.
see.
Yeah, we'll have Alex back next week. It's going to be a one shot for that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Any last words,
hopefully-
Keeper, before I shut this down?
No. Good night. I will
Last
be
word is
around this
34.
week.
Bye.